Hi, everybody. So this reflection is all about Math Circle and our reactions to our experience with it so far this semester. I've gone twice now in the groups that have presented so far this semester, and I've had a great experience with it. I've really enjoyed it. It's been all positive. When Dennis first told us about it at the start of the semester, I was pretty nervous about the whole idea of it being played up as a group of students who are exceptional at math and who really love math, and we have to come in here and teach them different topics in math. And it was hearing the stories about like the couple of middle school students who are taking calculus online, and it was like, oh crap, we have to come and teach math to these kids. That was definitely an intimidating prospect at the start of the semester, but it's ended up being really great. So as far as the content of Math Circle is concerned, what I really like about that is how it involves topics and material that really goes beyond what the kids learn in their classrooms during the day, and the actual curriculum that they're learning. I mean, all the topics that, at least in our couple of presentations, the topics that they're doing are kind of grounded in different mathematical ideas that they might learn during the day, but the actual activities and topics that we're learning in Math Circle is really beyond anything they would learn in the curriculum, and I like that because it's creates a greater challenge for them, and it's something that maybe is a little bit more fun than what they would be doing during the day in math class. So I think the content of it is great. It goes beyond the normal math. When you think of math as a subject, it kind of goes beyond that for the kids. And then as far as the students are concerned, it's been a great group from what I've seen. It's cool to see a group of kids who really love math so much that they go to school during the day, they're there all day, and then they come here at night for an hour and a half to get even more math. So especially when you spend your day and you see some students and hear some students talking about how they don't like math, or they don't see the point, or blah blah blah. It's cool to spend some time with an entire group that likes math so much that here they are at night to get even more math, and a group that's obviously so exceptional in math that they want to be further challenged, perhaps than what they're getting in the classroom. So I mean, it's a great group of students, and it was a lot of fun getting to interact with them and play around with them with these different ideas and topics that we had. Yeah, so the overall impression, I mean, I love how much it gets to challenge them with these topics that we came up with. I mean, the idea of the first one was graphing on a 3D coordinate plane, so that kind of takes ideas that they've learned about just regular 2D graphing and really goes beyond it. So I love the challenge that it presents for these kids who are all so good at math. So it's exciting. I mean, it's been a great time so far. So one of the other things that Dennis wanted us to talk about was that article that he put up there, takeaways from math methods. How will you teach effectively? And for me, the big takeaway in terms of how this would apply to Math Circle was this first point that this, I guess, professor is bringing up, is about how helping students in the classroom doesn't mean showing them how to do something or telling them specifically this is how you do it. It means presenting them with a challenge and letting them struggle with it and figure out largely for themselves how to be able to do it. And that's definitely an idea, at least in my experience, that's emphasized at Math Circle. The whole concept of kind of moving off to the side and letting the kids kind of work with themselves and with each other to help figure out these problems. I mean, in our two presentations, it was kind of more, we go up, we present what the topic is and what we're trying to accomplish here tonight at Math Circle, and then basically just letting the kids go off and giving them the worksheets that we wanted them to work on, or whatever the activity was, to kind of let them go off and figure things out for themselves and to work with each other to figure things out. And so the whole idea of letting them struggle and providing a challenging task and having them kind of work to figure out what the answer to the challenge or the problem is. is definitely something in my experience that that's really strongly emphasized at Math Circle, and letting them work together to help figure those problems out. So that was the biggest takeaway for me as to how this article that we had to read applies to the concept of what we're doing in Math Circle. Um, and let's see, the last thing was about how could something like Math Circle influence our own in-class instruction. And I actually think that idea that I was just talking about from the article is something that would be great to influence classroom instruction. The idea of having kids working in pairs or small groups to be able to work on like maybe a little bit more of a challenging activity and trying to find a solution to that problem. I think that that's a really important thing, to give kids time to work on those challenging activities, and that goes beyond even just actual like math instruction. It's really more of a problem-solving tactic, to have them kind of working either individually in pairs or in small groups to be faced with a challenge and to be able to come up with a solution to it. And I think that maybe utilizing that as a strategy in the classroom more is something that we could take from Math Circle. The concept of giving the kids more time to work themselves in the classroom. That's something I think that we could definitely apply to in-class instruction. And then I also kind of like the idea of maybe coming up with maybe more fun activities to be able to use in class to supplement instruction. Can be a good thing for kids, just to kind of switch things up and keep things fresh for them, like we did with the rational tangle idea. I mean, that ended up being a pretty fun thing, I think, having the kids up there with the ropes and doing this whole dance and trying to figure things out. And you're problem solving. You're doing trial and error. You're trying to come to this solution, and you're doing this fun activity as you go along. So I think that can be a fun thing to maybe supplement instruction in the classroom, that can be taken from Math Circle and applied to regular classroom instruction. So that's about it for my reaction to Math Circle. So I look forward to seeing everybody else's reactions as well, and I'll see you guys next week.